Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And in today's video, I wanted to make this a bit of a longer video. And I wanted to talk about what does this merger mean for the Sprint customer. So about 7 months ago, CFO Braxton Carter talked about plans for the Sprint network after the merger. So he was talking in this article as if the merger was approved and how they would proceed after. So in this article, he says if you are a AT&T Verizon customer and you wanted to go into a Sprint store to get a Sprint plan after the merger, that will no longer be the case, as some of the Sprint stores will still be around. If you are a new customer trying to sign up, you will automatically be moved over to a T-Mobile plan. So that is a part of that plan that they have, and I will also leave this in the article, in the description down below, so you guys can check out this article. Another thing he also mentions is that they are going to go after this merger just like they did Metro PCS, which was a very successful merger. But just keep in mind, this is a much larger merger than the Metro PCS merger. So, as I reported yesterday, sources are saying that if you have a newer device, you will automatically be moved over to the T-Mobile network. And it makes sense, in my opinion. Here in this article, it states it a bit different. They're saying that you won't be moved over until the T-Mobile network has enough capacity. But as a Sprint customer, what happens as T-Mobile is taking off layers of Sprint spectrum? You're going to have a degraded network and a worse customer experience. So in my opinion, if they do release this information, I want to say it's probably going to be these 150 markets are going to be part of phase 1, then phase 2, phase 3, sort of like Network Vision. And if that market is, part of phase 1 or phase 2, they should just go ahead and move all the customers over to the T-Mobile network and then gradually integrate the networks. But either way you look at it, capacity is going to be the issue. As layers of Sprint's network come down and go onto T-Mobile's network, the customer is going to have a degraded network and they're going to experience capacity issues. If you throw all of Sprint's customers onto T-Mobile's network all at once, you're going to lose customers as well because there's going to be capacity issues on T-Mobile's network. So either way you look at it, it's going to be a bit negative at the beginning. It's going to be a long road, but eventually I think T-Mobile is going to figure it out and they're going to do it the right way. Like I said, in my opinion, I think the Sprint customers should automatically be moved over to T-Mobile. And then for those few months or, maybe even years, you just have to deal with that congestion. T-Mobile has been beefing up their LTE network. They're adding more spectrum, small cells, so that should help. But either way you look at it, it's going to be a negative. Next is the Sprint plan. In my opinion, this isn't official yet, but there are just too many Sprint plans out there. Customers are on the Kickstarter, some are on the free for a year, some even have employee discounts on consumer lines. So I think T-Mobile's going to have to step in and they're going to have to move all of Sprint's customers over to their T-Mobile plans. Will you be able to keep your device? If the T-Mobile network supports that device, sure, why not? But here's another thing, in my opinion. If you guys watched my travel video, Band 71 is very essential. So if you don't have a Band 71 device with T-Mobile, I'm going to recommend you get one. It is a part of that trip that I was on, as I mentioned. If I didn't have a Band 71 device, I wouldn't have had service. And that's going to go for a lot more areas, as Band 12 just wasn't nationwide. Band 71 is nationwide. So just keep all of this in mind. As I mentioned, it's going to be a tough transition in some parts as they figure this out. And I'm sure after it's fully official, once the lawsuit is either dropped or they didn't win or whatever the outcome of that is going to be, sorry about that, we're gonna know more. They're going to, I'm sure, as vocal as T-Mobile has been with Neville Ray and his team, they're going to push out updates, and they're going to keep the customers up to date on how this is going on a market per market basis, and they're going to release some sort of information. Of course, that's right now it's just my opinion, but I think as vocal as they have been, that's going to happen. So, but all around, after all this is completed, the Sprint customer is going to have a better experience. You're going to be on a bigger network. You're going to be on the faster network. So they're looking at 8 folds capacity and 15-fold speed increase. This is going to be a supercharged network. In areas where T-Mobile lacked previously, they're not going to be better. So if you're in an area and you've had T-Mobile prior, and you're always saying, T-Mobile's not good, well, now with the Sprint network, they're going to get 10,000 of Sprint sites that they're going to keep. They're going to decommission the rest. And as those 10,000 sites are kept, the T-Mobile network is also going to get better. So it's just an all-around better network for the Sprint customer. So, if you are on one of these deals or whatever, you're probably not going to get another deal like this again, as this network is going to cost a lot of money, especially going into 5G, the fiber, the panels, the equipment, the higher rent, because they have to host more spectrum. So it's going to be not as cheap, but they did say they're going to keep the rates lower. But you're not going to get the Kickstarter for $25. You're not going to get free lines, 50% off, employee discounts. You're just not going to get those under the new T-Mobile. And I think that's a fact. And if you've been in the industry for some time, I'm sure you're going to agree. You're just not going to get those discounts. You're not going to get those plans. Also, the Hulu, Amazon, that's been discussed as well. I don't see T-Mobile carrying that overhead. So if they say they allow you to keep it, who's going to pay for it? Right now, Sprint pays, Tidal, the Amazon Prime. You get it all at a discounted rate. And then Sprint pays, the remainder of whatever's owed. Same as T-Mobile's doing with Netflix on us. So I just don't see T-Mobile carrying all those, value features over and then paying for them. So I don't see that happening. I could be wrong. Again, like I said, once it's officially announced, I will give you guys another recap. But I just don't see this happening to where Sprint is going to carry Hulu, Amazon, the Uber credits, and all the other value that Sprint had added to their premium plan. I just don't see that happening. So I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. There was some good feedback yesterday on those videos, but I want to hear more. And even if you're tuning in new, I want to hear from you how you feel about this. Some good interaction in the comment section down below. Always good to read these comments and your feedback. Like I was reading, a lot of people are saying, hey, in my area, Sprint is just the better carrier. They have the 4G LTE. T-Mobile is still HSPA, or, they only have the 4G there. So just think of it as, hey, it's going to get better in the future as these networks get integrated. They already have a network modeling together. They know what sites they're going to keep. They know where they're going to add densification. They know how fast they're going to be able to do it. So, in a 6-month time frame in the wireless industry is a long time. But with this integration, the stores, the employees, the billing, the plans, it's going to take, I want to say it's going to take right around the 3-year mark, maybe even a bit longer, depending on if there's any issues or, bumps in the road along the way. But on the network side, it should go pretty quick, depending on, which markets get it first. I want to say the top 150 markets are probably going to get worked on the fastest, as those are very essential and bigger markets, such as, the New Yorks, the Chicagos. Those bigger markets probably are going to get it first. And then, they're going to light up nationwide 5G anyway using N71 5G NR radios. So interesting times ahead, as I mentioned. Just wanted to make this video for you guys, for you Sprint customers, also you T-Mobile customers. Just be aware, if they do decide to move all the Sprint customers, the network could take a hit in the future. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. Lots more content coming. T-Mobile's earnings starts today at 2 o'clock my time, and then the earnings call is at 2:30. So I will be tuned in for that. If you're new, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow my social media outlets for more updates. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.